time telling about his brother being dead and killing all these people in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, let me get these other streams up here before we get back into
Okay.
our chit chat here.
Yeah.
All right, so one last one here. All right. Okay. All right, I think we're back. Thank you for being patient. This is Lee Michaels Show 10-3-17, Part 2. Okay. And welcome to the show, Chris Bass.
And thank you. I always like to be welcome. Thank you very much, sir.
Absolutely. So we've been talking about the president, and we've been talking about, the fact that he's in Puerto Rico today and getting a bird's eye view of what's really going on. Now, will he come back and say something different? Wow, this is more catastrophic than I was told or than I could imagine. And now I have a better scope of what's going on, and we now have adjusted our plan, and now things will get a lot better, a lot faster. Will he say that?
I don't think he has it in him. I
I don't
really
think
don't.
so either.
No, because we've seen this before with other tragedies, unfortunately, in this country and beyond. And then once again, he has no sympathy. Like, for example, we was covering the shooter yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things he said during his speech was about that. We are joined together in sadness, shock, and grief. He never said that about Charlottesville, Virginia.
Hmm.
Never said about that at all. I mean, this was also sadness, shock, and grief. So what I said before is selective, compassion.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
And it should be for all of us, not selective people.
That's right. I would expect the President of the United States to obviously give condolences and well wishes and prayers to the victims and the people who lost their lives, and to the families of the victims. And then you go on and say, this is unacceptable behavior for anybody in America to do anything like this. This is not who we are. We're not going to stand for it. And for all of those who are thinking about doing some heinous acts like this, understand, we will root you out and destroy you. It will no longer be tolerated for any kind of behavior like this. You can take a strong position without sounding like an idiot. Now, I just pulled this off the top of my head. If I were to write that down and look at it, I would probably change some words around. But I mean, the stuff that comes out of his pie hole is just like, you go, huh? That's the president? Or, Mickey Mouse. What is this? And he's trying to sound all sad and everything. Why didn't he say, this man acted very un-American? We don't do this. We will find out more about who this person is, but understand this. Not on my watch. Be strong. Be powerful. Be bodacious. But he didn't say any of that. He says, we're doing a great job down in Puerto Rico. Everything's great. We're doing great. Everything's wonderful. No, it isn't. And all of that he says about Puerto Rico, and he downplays this disaster in Las Vegas, is all imaging, making sure that he looks good. Well, guess what? 45. I'm going to start calling him Colt 45. It makes us look bad. I don't give a damn about your image. It makes America look bad. And we're going to lose allies and people who look up to us because we're acting very different and un-American. And listen, there are probably people out there saying, well, that Lee Michaels guy, he must not be a real patriot. Bullshit. Ain't got nothing to do with it. But I'm an honest person about bad behavior. And when we do wrong, we have to criticize ourselves for doing wrong. It's okay to do that. It's not okay to sweep it under the carpet and say, oh, it doesn't exist. You didn't really see that. No. I don't subscribe to that. I subscribe to when you're doing great, great. Keep doing great. I support that. When you screw up, when you stump your toe, you got to fix it. When you do something wrong, you have to first admit that you did something wrong. And there is a problem. And then go straight to the solution and fix it. Period. There's no other way of looking at that. You can come in with some other ideas and I'll listen to it, but the bottom line, at the end of the day, that's what you got to do. You can pussyfoot around and put some Band-Aid and some Mercurochrome and some alcohol on it and clean it up and all of that. At the end of the day, you got to fix the problem with a makes sense solution. That's how that goes. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah. Well, it makes sense to me, and it makes sense to, I know Carol, it makes sense to Carol and other people, but it doesn't make sense to him and the cronies around him because their whole mindset is about them, the almighty dollar, what's in it for me, and that type of mentality. So whatever mentality is against something else, it's like, whoa, what are you getting upset about? I mean, I'm doing a good job.
Yeah.
And so, when that type of mentality happens, which unfortunately it is, we all suffer from it. And once again, going back to when crisis happens, you don't have to like the president. You just said earlier in the conversation about missing George W. Bush as president. And that says a lot. Because I didn't like him. I know people didn't like him either. But, in comparison, I would go back and get W, somebody that was Republican in that timeline. And it seemed as though he had some sort of shock and compassion when 9/11 happened.
Absolutely.
That came off very genuine, despite political being allied. But this, I don't know what they call him, man, child, man, whatever. This particular fellow just is not connected to the pulse of this nation. There is a disconnect that he has because it's all about him. And every time something happens, well, everything's fine. I'm doing the best I can. In fact, I'm doing great. And then go sit there at the press conference in Puerto Rico and grade himself a A+.
Yeah, who does that?
He does because he's an idiot. I mean, once again, the people just, you're disrespecting the president. No, the man in the presidency in the office is not equipped for this position. He can't do it.
No, he doesn't get it.
No, not at all.
And we shouldn't accept that. See, that's the problem I have. And there's a bunch of petitions going around, about impeachment and all that. I mean, why not?
Right.
Why should we hold on to something that makes no common sense?
The routine is common. Everybody would have it. And unfortunately, they don't.
Yeah.
And the real deal also is that in a roundabout way, we do have to start huddling up and start taking care of ourselves and not looking at other people or races or politicians to take care of us. It don't be wrong. There's nothing wrong with, once again, my attitude has always been, be pro your own and not anti anything else.
Mm-hmm.
This president, it's hard to be pro him because he's anti everybody.
Yeah.
He's shown it, once again, like I told people before, even Republicans that I know, and they started to come around a little bit. I said, okay, you know what? Just because we're friends, don't piss my on tell me it's raining. Now, doggone well you're embarrassed by this man. You voted for him. You said you did. So just admit that I think you probably made a mistake in your voting here. Now, I got two people that came out and admitted it, and the rest probably won't do it. But it's the fact that, once again, like you said earlier, admit the mistake that you made. Now, once again, like I said before, I told him before, the man showed you who he was already when he was running for the presidency. So this is not a surprise.
Nothing has changed.
Nothing. No, he going to change. Hell, nope. He's in his ways. He might have early dementia. We're not really familiar with his health records, because I remember back when he was running, he had the Dr. Feelgood guy give him a vote of confidence. He probably paid him off, of course, but we really don't know what his mental state is. And going
Yeah.
back to our earlier conversations, I think his family is there around him to kind of like mind the old man.
Yeah.
You got to mind their relative who may walk in the middle of the street, don't know where he or she is.
Yeah, your crazy uncle.
Right, he's that guy.
Well, Dad is kind of crazy, so we got to stay close to him to keep him out of trouble and run a little interference. But have you noticed though?
Real quick, I'll say, don't give him any money because he'll go to the store and get a fifth of alcohol.
Yeah, really. See, now if he would come out and say, "Okay, listen, I got a little alcohol problem," alcohol, then, I might say, "Okay, well, he's just a drunk." But no, he tells you, "I've never had a drink ever in my life, never."
Sure.
Yeah. So this is real pure stupidity. There's no excuse. There's no drugs, no alcohol, nothing but pure, uncut stupidity. I don't feel any better about that. That doesn't make me feel any better.
No, me neither.
It's pretty disgusting, and no credibility. See that's my report card. Credibility is on the top line. You got a big fat 0 for credibility because everything you say basically is not true, or it's so hyped up, pumped up. It's nothing but hype. He doesn't need a hype man. He is it.
Don't believe the hype. It's a sequel.
So
Great Chuck D, Public Enemy. Yeah.
So okay. There are a number of people all over the world donating funds, either through the American Red Cross and other charitable organizations, and eventually those goods and services will get there. And that's a good thing. And I encourage more and more organizations to do something. The churches, Boy Scouts of America, Girl Scouts, Cub Scouts, everybody can pitch in and do something. Do a food drive in your neighborhood, at your church, or your school, and send, a couple of truckloads of stuff over to Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. In other affected areas, not just American, associated islands and countries that were devastated as well. There's one island, what's the name of the island? I can't remember it off the top of my head, but they were completely destroyed and decimated. Just everything. It's one of those little finger islands out there. Trying to remember the name of it. It's an island that I'd never heard of before. A couple of them that came up this time. Barbados, but not Barbados. What is it? Barbada? Yeah, that
Baracas.
was. Say it again.
Baraka.
Yes, that's one of them. There was a couple of islands that were just destroyed. Yeah. How you doing, Alpha?
The jury's still out on it. Is Carol there?
Yes. She just asked
Hi,
about
Carol.
you.
Hi. That
I
was a
didn't
new
wanna-
hi, huh? Hi.
She's trying to be
I didn't-
sexy for you.
I didn't want to come in such a blue, and with such a blue phase with my joke, but it's ugly. You might as well expect it. But it has something to do with shooting victims and all that kind of stuff. But I just haven't thought of a punchline to it. But stay tuned. I'll have it in a couple of weeks. Okay?
Yeah,
Believe
you're working
me.
on it, huh?
Believe me.
I'm sure.
How utterly stupid. And I hear you all talking about Puerto Rico, but day after day, this man confirms that he's not up to the task for this job.
No.
Every day, the Republican Party confirms that, they just pulled the bill, they tabled the bill for silencers on these assault weapons.
That's frightening.
Imagine if he had a silencer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Now, the people who honestly believe in that Second Amendment bovine, I want a gun. Everybody want a gun. But don't nobody want no damn 23 guns and thousands of rounds of ammunition. And and what I mean, this guy had no criminal record. He's said to be a multimillionaire. So what's his problem? What was his
No, it
problem?
proves that it doesn't matter how much money you have. You can be a terrorist. That's what it really proves.
Yeah.
Oh, you just can't call him a terrorist, Carol.
He is a
white.
terrorist.
He white, Carol. Carol, he white. You can't
I
just call
won't
him
give a
terrorist.
shit what color he is. He's a terrorist. And they
Oh, Carol's
continue to
upset.
not want to call him a terrorist. He's a terrorist.
Well, we don't have to wait for somebody else to call him that. We call him a terrorist.
I mean,
He is
even
what he
ISIS
is.
has stepped in and said,
right.
oh, he did this for us. But he's a terrorist.
What is the definition of being a terrorist? Does
Somebody
he?
that doesn't conform to society and does what they want, and that's what he did. He did not conform to society. He went out and just killed a bunch of people and thought it was okay.
Well, he's a terrorist.
He's a chicken shit asshole.
Oh.
And I hope
wait
he
a minute.
rots in hell.
Jesus, wait a
Carol.
minute.
Oh,
Carol.
yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh, hold up. I resemble that remark. Wait
No,
a
I
minute.
just imagine my kids being at a concert
Yeah,
and
yeah.
having to run. My kids go to concerts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it was a country, western, whatever it was. I think it's horrible what he did. Just listening to people's stories makes you want to cry.
Mm-hmm. It does.
I mean, one girl shot in
Heart-wrenching.
her eyeball, knocked out. They don't even know how many people. There's people that'll never walk in life over this shit. So
That's right.
he's a horrible
Traumatized
man.
for life.
I mean, even his family, if you watch them, they can't figure it out. This man owned apartment buildings. Just because he owns something, that doesn't mean he can't be a terrorist.
Well,
Look
they
at
gotta-
this
they gotta
idiot
put a-
running our country.
Yeah, they're trying to put a happy face on it. Well, he wasn't a bad guy. No, bullshit.
Yes, he was
You
a
killed
guy.
59 people and wounded 527 that we know of right now. Hey, by the way, Carol, I got some good news for you. I know you like good news.
You're giving me a bib?
Giving you a what?
A bib, because I'm dropping stuff.
Yeah, really. You are having trouble eating today. Your boyfriend's in town.
Uh-oh.
What boyfriend?
Apollo.
You don't know? He didn't set up a little
Why is
rendezvous?
that Apollo? He's not my
Hey,
boyfriend.
because you all go back and forth so much.
It's all
like
acting.
lovers, right?
It's all acting.
No,
I'm
Chance the
anticipating
Rapper.
Lee.
I like Chance the Rapper,
He's
but
an-
I'm not a person that would go to his concerts. But
Why?
I like him.
Yeah.
I like a lot of people, but it doesn't mean I'm going to sit at their concert. But
Oh.
I respect him.
Okay.
I like to see somebody that went out and didn't go to a label and managed
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
to do this on his own. So hey, more power to him.
He's at the Hollywood Bowl tonight and tomorrow night.
I'm sure it'll be crowded. It's getting to where people like those smaller venues.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, I got to hand it to him. I think he's been great. Is it Chicago? He's helped out with stuff. I mean, I found out yesterday, in fact, I need to tell you this. People are always putting Kim Kardashian down. I had a new client yesterday, and she does cancer research for Children's Hospital and for kids. You know who one of their biggest donators are?
Who?
Kim Kardashian.
See?
And Beyonce. She said Kim Kardashian probably donates more money than anybody. She does benefits, but she just don't put her name out there.
Well, a
So
lot of
she's
artists
really
do that.
not a bad person.
Yeah. She's got a good heart. And there are a lot of celebrity types that do that. And, they're not doing it for the notoriety. They're doing it because they have a passion for that particular situation, whatever it is. Cancer or, child abuse, alcoholism, whatever. And there are a lot of people that donate serious monies and time and resources to various causes. And, God bless them. I do it. I don't make no big deal over it. I make donations almost every other day. A lot of it's small, $5, $10, $20, but I do it because I believe in helping people and trying to bring about a change in my own way. And I was talking to a guy the other day. He was asking. We were talking. Somehow we got on the lottery, and I said, "Yeah, man. If I win 50, 100, $500 million today, I'd be broke tomorrow because I'd give away most of it."
No, I'm not going to let myself be broke now. I'm going to help
Well,
people out. But,
See, I have no fear in being broke because
but all
I've been
those
there.
millions, I mean, you couldn't spend it all anyway in
Yeah,
a
you can't.
lifetime. I couldn't.
Well, Lee,
I tell you, I could.
you what. I tell you what.
You'll take it off his hands. Huh?
If you win that much money, just make sure I'm in the
Oh, you be
allocating
Absolute.
process.
absolutely. Everybody that's touched me in lifetime will get something.
I told him I
I
only
can-
want 10 million.
Oh, geez.
Oh, she
I
put
can
this-
see me and Chris.
Wait a minute.
Pushing each other.
424-227-9461. Now the request line is open. How much money do you want?
Well, I would give you 10 million. That's,
you would?
No, that
All right.
that money you couldn't spend in a lifetime.
Oh, yeah, you can.
I wouldn't give it to people that have said to me if they won,
Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't give. They never mention my name, so it's like I might win one day, and
You're going to give us.
No,
something.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, you will. You
No,
will,
I wouldn't.
You'll give everybody something because that's in your heart.
not everybody.
Yeah, it is.
Not
Yeah,
everybody.
you'll think about it and say, you know what? This ain't going to hurt me.
You know, a lot
I'll
of
do
times
some
people
good.
give to somebody that uses people, and they do nothing for you,
Well, that's true.
and they forget about the person that sits and does stuff.
But
for
you know
them all
what?
the
But
time.
sometimes you have to set the example and do something.
I'm not going to set the example on that one. I can guarantee you that.
Damn. Okay. Well,
I had a
You gotta
friend
do
get
what you gotta
mad when
do.
I said, she said, well, if I won that 300 million, because that's what she would end
Mm-hmm.
up with, she said, this is what I said, well, you're going to give me 10 million? She said, got kind of mad. Why? Oh, well, you bitch.
I guess you say you don't need. You
What
already
is
got
$10 million out of 300 million
Well, you
when
know,
you
you're
can't
right.
spend it?
I
And people
disagree
like,
with
oh,
you on
I'm
that.
going to donate it to charity. I'm going to find
can
my
give-
own charity now.
I could get rid of $300 million in 24 hours
Ooh-wee.
and have no assets left, or whatever I would buy. It wouldn't have any
You know
real
what, you
value to
guys,
it.
you wouldn't see nor hear from Lee again.
Why do you think that?
Because I know how I would be.
You would be there. No,
We
but
would
see,
leave together. We'd be gone.
I
Gone.
I would.
We've talked about this.
I
so.
would be the same Lee that I am today.
You know, you sound like these people. They win 300 million. They go, "Oh, I'm still going to be a janitor at my job."
Well,
it's
I'm
like
not that
you
stupid.
ain't hardly going to be a
No.
janitor at your job.
No, I would.
Oh, hell no.
I would definitely quit my job if I had a job. I mean, you don't need to work, but I'm still going to be the same guy that's clowning.
Yeah, you're
and
going to be the same
having a
guy,
good
but
time and taking care of people.
you're not going to
helping
have to
people.
worry.
But that's great. See, that takes all the stress,
Yeah.
all the day-to-day stuff. If I want to sleep for 2 weeks and, that's fine. You can do that. The freedom, the ability to do whatever you want without any kind of financial stress or worrying about, what I got to do today? I need to make a couple $100 so I can pay my phone bill. You don't have to worry about that anymore. You put everything on automatic pay.
I ain't going to have a phone. It's all being shut off.
You're going underground.
The
Huh?
underground.
You're going into
They
witness
say
protection
people come
program.
out of the woodwork. That last woman that won, they've had to put security around her place. All of a sudden, she's everybody's best friend.
Of course, yeah.
So you would probably have to disappear a little.
I would.
I mean, because you got some terrible people that would possibly come in and do whatever they could to get that money from you.
Yeah,
Well,
they're going.
Carol, before you disappear, someone in the chat room was asking about you. Eddie Cox. Eddie Cox, what's up, mate? How's everything going? Eddie Cox says, why y'all never show Carol? And then he says, put the camera on Carol so I can see how
I don't
pretty
even
she
like
is.
taking pictures. I went out with my friends on, was it Saturday I went out?
Yeah.
I had so much fun, and they were all taking pictures, but I was like, no, leave me out of this. But you know what was hilarious? It was like a bunch of old pimps there, players. I loved it.
You were
I
comfortable
loved
in that
it.
environment.
I was
Wait a minute,
very
Carol. Wait a
comfortable.
minute. Wait a minute. And you were comfortable, and
Very
one of them touched you.
comfortable, because I
And one of them touched you.
no, that I
Hell
didn't.
no.
I didn't even sit near any. I was with my
Okay.
friends, and
I don't mean that. One of them could have walked over and reached
no,
out for
but
your
if
hand.
you ever watched a bunch of players and you see movies, well, I went to player bars, so I'm not going to say
Yeah.
I was a bartender.
was
And they
pretty
all
Tony
wear
there.
these one hats, and they always have like something in their pocket, like their little, what do you call that, a handkerchief or something. And it'll always
Yeah.
have something on it. And they have, So this is what it really, and it was fun. It was a private event, but I really enjoyed it.
Was Pretty Tony there?
Who's Pretty Tony?
Pretty Tony from the movie The Mac. Come on. Come
Oh,
on, Carol.
no,
Yeah.
these were real. There was a comedian, and she was older because it was an older crowd. Like I said, they were old players. And they wouldn't
original
shut up
players.
when she was trying to tell a joke, so she finally got a little, and she said something to them. And she said, "Oh, look at all those hats out there." And I had already said that to my friends. These are a bunch of old players. She said, "We got a bunch of players here. I hope y'all took your Geritol before you came here." Then she talked about men with young women, and she was funny because she dragged on men. That's what she did. So all the women that were there, we enjoyed that.
No, old players are funny.
They were a bunch of old players.
No, it's just hard to listen to you. Remember, like a few years back, I went over to a friend of mine's house. In fact, it was holidays on Christmas, and he had like, of course, his relatives over there. So it was like, hey, Unc, this dude I was telling you about. Yeah. What's up, man? How you doing, man? My name is Richard. I was like, how you doing, sir? Oh, man, hey, that Negro be on the radio, right? Well, okay, Negro, but I'm on the radio, right? Oh, yeah. Sit down and have a little drink with me, man. A little something, a little taste, man. What you tasted, man? Oh, well, whatever you want. Get him a Crown Royal with a couple of Coke backs, and we're gonna sip on something. I was like, oh,
Right.
all right. And usually, this dude used pinky finger to point out everything he was doing.
Oh,
Hey,
boy.
bring the drink over here, baby. There you go. Get it going. Have a sip of that, man. And a little Coke back, a little nice egg. And so I was like,
Did he
just to
have
be in
his hat on?
Oh, of course he did. Yeah,
I
and,
get
purple
the
suit
kick.
to
That's
match.
how you, and the purple suit, huh?
Yeah.
Purple suit. Yeah, purple suit, purple hat.
In the purple car.
I had so much fun just enjoying watching this, and
Yeah.
they were enjoying themselves.
What's the dude in Chicago, the old pimp that everything he wears is green, a green car? What's
Don
his-
Juan.
Don Juan.
Don Juan. Yeah.
Don Juan. Oh, my goodness.
Is he still alive?
Archbishop Magic
Nice.
Don Juan.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
good.
Archbishop.
He is a good dude.
Yeah.
Was that Apollo's voice?
Yeah, Apollo just jumped in there. What's up, Apollo?
Ain't no bigger pimp in the world than God, he said.
Who said that?
Archbishop Magic Don Juan. God is the biggest pimp in the world, he said.
Oh, well, that sounds like something he would say. Definitely. How you doing?
I ain't mad at nobody. What y'all doing over there?
Oh, we just we chopped it up a little bit about the president and his bad behavior, of course, and you know what he's doing
Oh, yeah.
or not doing down in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, and he won't call this guy your uncle that shot up all those people down there in
Ain't none of my
Las
uncle.
Vegas.
That shit don't add up to me. Why, if I were a millionaire, would I want to go shoot up a bunch of people and kill myself? I got millions of dollars. I'm in Vegas. Prostitution is legal. And I got money. Why would I do that? I don't understand that.
I don't either.
He had to be crazy. That's the only thing I can think. And then I thought, but didn't Congress just pass legislation that allows crazy people to have guns?
Yes.
And with a silencer,
Not
How about
yet.
the
The silencer, I don't think
The
so.
silence,
they-
they tabled that bill.
they'll get it.
Yeah,
They-
but they did reverse an Obama era thing that required you to go through a mental health evaluation before you were allowed. Because they said you cannot violate a crazy person's right to bear arms.
Now that in itself is crazy. Now, every
Yeah, I
time that you
know.
turn around when somebody does something like, well, you know, he was a little twisted in the head. Well,
Yeah, you guys
okay.
gave him the gun. You made it easier for him to access the gun.
And in the
If he
spirit
was
of,
crazy.
Yeah.
in the spirit of full
Well, something
disclosure,
happened in his brain.
they also allowed the CHIP program to expire, so 9 million children have no health care now.
Yeah, well, they gonna kill them with health care or kill them with bullets. One of the way. Yeah, just kill them.
What do you mean these kids have no insurance?
The CHIP program.
What is
The
that?
CHIP program was
Yeah,
allowed
that-
the Republicans allowed it to expire.
That was sponsored by Frank Poncherella, I think. Eric Estrada, maybe.
It had a sunset date, and the date came and gone, and the Republican Congress didn't move on it. They didn't bring it up for a vote. They did nothing. The Republican Senate did the same thing. So it expired, leaving 9 million children without health care. Aren't they? Aren't
Well,
they just aren't they just a bunch of softies, huh?
Well, no,
Just a
they're
bunch of
selfish.
sweet guys.
yeah.
They're selfish
Damn shame.
assholes, is what they are, and I'm gonna call it the way it is. Here's the
No,
problem.
Lee, you can't call them assholes.
Yeah,
you got to have
too
solutions.
late. I can't rewind. This is a live show. Here's the problem with that. Okay, our congressional members, both House and Senate, have perfect insurance that they don't have to pay for.
Government insurance.
Right. They can get all the health care top notch, 100% free. But
And they come to the office.
right, but you can't have that, Apollo.
No, you
Well,
just do as I say, not as I do, you
Right.
peasant, you.
Right. I'm doing the
But he's
heavy
draining the
lifting.
swamp. He's going to drain the swamp.
Ain't no way.
It obviously takes a lot of jet fuel to drain the swamp, I'm finding out, too.
Wow. Unbelievable.
I didn't realize it took that much jet fuel to drain a swamp. Private, not private jet fuel,
Right.
taxpayer jet fuel.
Well, no worries. We've got an abundance of reserve, and he
It
plans to
takes
use all
jet
of
fuel and private servers, too, I'm finding out.
it. Oh yeah, yeah. Now, have you noticed there's been no more discussion about the fact that his son-in-law and probably his son,
Kushner.
yeah, were using their private email to do
servers.
business with the White
And his
House.
daughter,
But,
too.
Lee,
Yeah.
but what don't you understand about that? I don't get it. You
Well-
don't understand that it hasn't come up because it is not being driven by conservative media. And that means
Or any liberal
all
media
of-
either.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to duck. They're going to duck and run and hide because they don't want the blowback.
Well,
You
they
see,
get their marching orders from the Bilderberg group. That's why. They already know what they're supposed to distract us with.
blowback is blowback.
Yeah, well, see, the
You got-
problem is all these other things have come along, the shootings in Vegas and the Puerto Rican
And that
problem.
shit don't add up. I'm not convinced that shit's not a distraction.
Well, it is a distraction.
Yeah.
That whether or not it was planned by the government or nothing, I don't know. I'm not going to go down the conspiracy lane on that one, but
It's not a conspiracy. If it, I mean, what? Everything is a fucking conspiracy. If you really want to define conspiracy,
well, yeah.
everything is a conspiracy.
Okay, so why are people concerned about the fact that the media, the president, nobody's really categorizing this guy as a terrorist because they can't find any ISIS connections? That means you're not a terrorist?
No, because he's white. If he had a beard or was of any type of color, he would be talking terrorists everywhere. Look at the Fox News situation. The first thing Geraldo did was jump up and run his ass down to Puerto Rico and say, I don't see people dying.
Well, how much did they pay the half Puerto Rican, half Jewish reporter to do that? Every
And
whore, every pimp has a price.
And when you see things like that, it just confirms what I believe and the way I attack it. It's you have to turn into the fight. You have to turn into the war. It's been about talking with them and sitting down and compromising for solutions. They're not looking for solutions. Why didn't Custard say, "Oh, stop shooting. Let's find solutions to this"? Because it was on. It's been on us for over 3 decades. And everybody wants to. But Obama carried an olive branch around. And they stripped it down to a nub and stuck it in his ass. And look at what the middle class has to show for it. Because he wanted to get along with people who hate him. And they still hate him to this day. And they're still doing everything they can to destroy Affordable Care Act. Damn the people. Just like the NRA, damn the killings, damn the dead. You don't fight these people tooth and nail. This isn't a fight. This is a fight of ideology.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't fight fire with fire, you may as well go your ass home. You don't bring a thesaurus and a dictionary to a fucking knife fight.
Well, let me ask you this.
Gunfight?
That's a good point.
Hey, Alfo, what do you think about Tina Campbell saying she voted for Mary Mary? That would be the other Campbell. What?
I'm going to put it as nicely as I fuck Tina Campbell. and I say that because of this. I say that because, and I say it that way.
Be honest.
Because
Come on. Don't hold back.
You always have someone who seems to be inexplicably
Ignorant.
stupid. Well,
Yeah.
stupid. You know, there's one of my favorite sayings is that when you are dead, you don't know that you are dead. It's difficult only on the other people you leave behind. The same as when you were stupid.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm sitting there thinking he's had multiple marriages. She said she voted for Trump because of his Christian values,
Right.
and I thought, okay, he's had multiple marriages. He has a racist past. He's blatantly vulgar, grabbing women by the pussy. He's filed bankruptcy 7 times by shitting people out of what he owed them. Those Christian values. Either she's been living under a rock or smoking that motherfucker. One of the two. I don't know which one it is.
People see what they want to see, hear what they want to hear, and believe what they want to believe. And that just tells you either she is completely ignorant to the facts or she's just like him. Birds of a feather
Where has he
flock
ever
together.
exhibited Christian values, though? I'm trying to find out where he's ever
that's the
exhibited
whole
those
point.
publicly for us to see.
But that's the whole point. He does it, and people they want to. This is the very definition. What Trump is doing to the country, and what Tina Campbell and all of the surrogates that he sends out. Notice all of the surrogates. They're gaslighting you. Google gaslighting, and that's what they're doing. They're gaslighting you. And if you allow it to go on without some, not just pushback, some serious pushback, you got to break into calling somebody a MF, calling somebody, F
SOB.
you, the whole the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And when he called Kaepernick that SOB, I'd have come out and been on the news talking about his mama, his Klansman daddy, and the whole nine. If you want to go there, if you want to get down in the gutter, let me get my boots on and let's go to the gutter.
Yeah, Hillary's nasty. The mayor of San Juan's nasty. NFL players are son of a bitches. Democrats are losers. Nazis were some fine people up in Charleston, though, in Charlottesville.
There were some decent people out there.
Yeah, some fine people. Fine people.
Jews will not replace us. Yeah, blacks will not replace us.
Hell, they already have.
Well, it was always wrong on both sides. There was always that type of so-called balance that 45 was trying to get out there. And he always has that wink, nudge, nudge to people who are the same color as he is. And when we look at that, it's okay, what about the rest of us? I mean, we're all Americans. We're all supposed to be in the same country. What about that? And we don't get that, of course, because he's already shown us what and who he is. So when you know what it is, you shouldn't be surprised at the way he's acting now currently. That's who the man is.
Yeah, these white people shot up and killed, and I'm not trying to put race on it, but the way he worded it in Nevada, it was tragic and it was evil and it was just. In Puerto Rico, well, they lazy, they ain't doing shit, they didn't prepare for this, and they want everybody else coming here and do their, they don't want everybody else to take care of them. That ain't. You can't plan for a hurricane. What can you plan for?
And the truck drivers got to start driving trucks. So what if they're in the damn mountains trying to fend for their family? So what if they're in such a condition that they can't? That's what the Army is for. We can go all over the world. We can land in a remote place and set up communications.
If Carnival Cruise Lines can send a ship, why can't we send an aircraft carrier down there with some water and groceries on it?
You send 2 aircraft carriers. And like Lieutenant General Henry says, you put an AWACS plane up top to control the air traffic. And you send the Army down there to repair those airfields. You get it moving. This bastard won't bring the Army, and you have to hear Lieutenant General Henry talk about, and he names the agencies in the Army that's all they exist for.
Right.
This is why they are there. And he won't do it, but he suspended the Jones Act for Florida and Texas. But it took him, what, 2.5 weeks to do it for Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And then I don't necessarily call him racist. And you got Paul Ryan sitting talking about, I know what's in his heart. You mother.
Well, who cares what's in his heart? It's about action, okay? And when you consistently, day after day, make horrible comments, statements, and then you don't follow up with what really needs to go down, okay? Now listen, I'll give him this. Getting products and services to an island is more difficult than driving some trucks down the interstates that are wide open here in the United States. I'll give him that. But we knew 2 weeks in advance that this thing was coming and looks like a dead on the point hitting Puerto Rico. You had time to plan for this. You say, okay, guys, let's get it cracking. Get the warehouses filled with stuff that's going to have to be exported out of here in a quick, fast, in a rush. In fact, let's get some ships out of harm's way off the coast of the United States so that we can get those boats in there quickly. Within 24 hours after the storm is gone, let's get it cracking. Let's get everything rolling, air and sea.
That's right.
Let's get in there and identify the issues. If there's a communication issue, electrical issues, flooding, let's get all of the assets ready to go. Let's assume this thing is going to be horrible and be prepared.
Well, I think it's Carnival Cruise canceled their cruising, and
Of
they're
course.
bringing stuff over.
Yeah. I mean,
They're sending ships over there.
Yeah.
Sure.
For the people to live in.
That's right.
Trump donates a damn golf trophy to him.
Why don't you use your private plane, sir? And get some people out of there that need to come here for
He ain't
medical
gonna let
assistance.
those people on his plane. You know that.
Well, that's very
I've been
un-American.
on that plane, and it's like a big fancy house up there.
Yeah.
On Trump's plane? You've been on Trump's plane
Yeah,
before?
unfortunately,
What were you doing on Trump's plane?
I was with the client.
Wow.
No big deal.
She was a private dancer.
No, I wasn't. I was working.
You need to work on Trump's hair while you're on there. That's what you need to do.
That could be a good client.
You seen the bobby pins where they wrap that shit around and snip it in the back and clip it down?
What do you think is going on his head there, Carol?
That shit's combed in 8 different directions.
I don't know. He's either growing it super long, what he has left, and then he kind of wraps it and sprays it real
Yeah,
heavy.
Yeah.
Google Trump bobby pins and look at how they
I've
pin that
seen
shit
that.
around. They wrap that shit around the
But
back.
that's
and
probably
pin
what
it.
I've seen guys do that where they'll grow what little they have. Watch Lee start growing that hair on top.
Shit.
They'll grow it super long, and they don't tell nobody. And you go to wash the hair, and all of a sudden and you're like, oh,
Yeah, we'll
it'll
come in
be
here.
like a foot long, and because that happened to me when I was an assistant, and this guy had this big bouffant.
Uh-huh.
So when I wore it, just went woof.
Bouffant.
It was like
She was in Detroit, wasn't she?
Really?
and they wrap it, and they
Pump
spray it.
waves and shit.
So it's like a pompadour. If you look at his hair, he's doing something. I don't think he's doing plugs though.
No, hell
doesn't
no.
have enough
Joe
hair to
Biden.
do
Joe
plugs.
Biden had some good plugs now.
He had hair, so you have to have hair to do plugs.
You have to take it from your head?
Yes. I just did a guy about 2 months ago. I didn't even notice those plugs. That's how well done they were. I made a ponytail on him. He wanted the man spun. Mm-hmm. I did not know he had plugs. I knew he did a lot of face surgery because he looked kind of weird.
David Koresh did. He was
was
a member
tight.
of Hair Club for Men.
No,
you
it
remember
wasn't
David
tight.
Koresh?
He had these big, huge lips, and he put cheek. He looked like if he did anymore, he's not going to look human.
Wow.
But I did
Matter
not.
of fact,
notice
David
the
Koresh
plugs.
had done commercials for Hair Club for Men before all that shit went down in Waco. And they
I'm
never
about
got
to
his
say,
hair.
is that the Waco boy? Is that the
he
we
had-
ain't?
Yeah.
Is that
he had
the
done
we
a
ain't coming
commercial.
out?
David Koresh, he had joined Hair Club for Men, and they had done the commercials, and he tagged him and everything. And he said, not only am I a hair club member, but I'm also Jesus.
We ain't coming out. Waco.
Drink my Kool-Aid, please.
A lot of Kool-Aid
I
being
don't
served
know
up
if I
around
don't
here.
think he has a piece in there though.
No.
Because I've seen it blow where you see his hair's thin. I think
Mm-hmm.
he wraps it. I really do.
Yeah, he does. I want to see Melania slap him and watch that shit fly over.
I feel bad
Melania.
for her.
I
Melania
don't.
ain't
Why do you
doing-
No,
feel bad for
I
her?
just do to be married to that asshole.
But that's a choice. She made that
She
choice.
made that choice, and she's stuck in that choice right
Whores
now.
sleep with men all the time they're not attracted to. So they
What
can
makes
get
her
money.
a whore? Because she slept with him? What
Because
makes her
she
a whore?
married him for his money. She's
don't
know
only
that.
a
He-
high-dollar mail-order bride. If he didn't have
when I
money,
was
she
younger,
wouldn't be
I
with
probably would have
him.
married him for his money too. So I guess I'm a
Well,
hoe
then you're
too.
a whore.
No,
I'm a
no,
hoe.
no.
Yeah, you're a
In a
whore.
minute.
Let's
If
keep.
you only go to somebody for financial gain, that's
Hey.
called a whore.
What's the difference? You marry a
here's
man,
the
marry
diff-
one with
here's the
money.
difference.
Don't marry
But
a
hold
poor
up,
asshole.
hold up, guys. Let's call it what it is. I mean, isn't that kind of superficial? But you're gonna marry somebody because they're wealthy.
Yeah,
No, here-
that's a
yeah.
whore. That's what a whore does.
You
They
know, let
exchange
me say
money for their time.
You
Here's what it
older
is.
guys go out and date because to a younger girl,
It has
anything
nothing to do
over
with age.
30. Let me finish. Over 30 is old. They will
Defend
not
her
date you
whorism.
if you don't make money. I can guarantee you that. I was young
Well,
before.
that's
I dated a
that's a
very
given.
wealthy man, and you could call me a hoe every day of the week because I don't give a shit. I
Well, I
laughed all
have
the way
been
to
for
the
a long
bank and
time.
enjoyed that money.
But Carol,
So there it is.
We're not bringing
Yeah,
it personal.
It is what
No,
it is.
I'm making it personal because
Okay.
I don't look at her like that. She married a rich man. Big deal. I get
Yeah,
it's
because
like when
you've
they
done
went
it, so
and
you don't
sent her
want to. You don't
books
want
the other
to.
day.
It's
That
like looking
was
in
wrong.
the mirror
But
and you don't
wait a
like
minute,
it.
wait a minute.
so
Why
you
do
don't
you
wanna
feel sorry
own
for
that.
her though?
I feel sorry that she has to sleep with that creep and she has to
She
wake
can
up
divorce
to
him
that.
tomorrow.
I don't think
Why don't
so.
she divorce
Not
him?
with him being president, she can't. It
You
ain't
can't.
that
she
easy.
can't.
There's no law that says you can't divorce
Yeah, but
somebody
there's
because
a
they're
lot of things
in
that
an
can
elected
happen
office.
to you when you walk away from something like that right
well,
now.
like I said,
Okay.
I don't feel sorry for
I
her.
feel sorry for her, and I'll tell anybody that. I feel
I don't
sorry
feel a bit damn
the
sorry
other day
for her.
when she
Me either.
tried to donate some books. That was wrong. That was very wrong not to take those books for
They
kids.
got Dr.
Well.
Seuss already.
Yeah, they already had it. We don't have any use for this.
You know what? I
Thank
wasn't
you.
the only one. There were a whole
Yeah,
lot of people
well,
that are
yeah.
Democrats that felt
The
bad
way
that
Carol
they
talking, she
shouldn't
about
have
to
did
be
that.
back on that plane again here. Direct.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be on that plane.
Come on and take a free ride.
I just get tired of people calling the woman, but then you have these sluts that go out every night and screw a different man, but they're not called a hoe because
Well,
They're not getting-
who
you know,
says
I
that?
don't
Call it
get
an
that.
nymphomaniac if they're just doing it for
no,
sexual
I
pleasure.
have friends. They go out on a weekend and pick up a guy,
Okay.
and that same person had the nerve to say to me, "Well, I go, why am that? Because I was with a rich guy."
No, now listen. You
And
can
I
do
had to laugh
anything
because
you
that
want to
same
do.
person goes
You
out
are
every
confusing-
weekend and picks up a different man
Okay.
and screws him.
That's
so
a
I
hoe.
have more
You're-
respect for a woman that's going to make some money.
Well, okay, you can.
You're
you-
confusing
That's a whore.
whores.
I don't
Yeah.
care what you
Confused-
call
well,
her. I guess I'm a whore.
She's a businesswoman.
I ain't going
and
to date no poor man.
She,
You're
see,
confusing whores
but-
with gold diggers.
Yeah,
Right.
whatever
That's
you
right.
want
And
to
he-
call it.
And here's the
I
difference.
see it every day at the beach. I see young guys with these old women. What do they call them? Are they called
Mail
gold
order bride.
diggers?
She's a Russian mail order bride. She
Listen.
came here and she
Okay.
found a wealthy man to move her here and take care of her. So the trade off is you have to sleep with this
Hey,
fat
more
orange
power
thing,
to her.
and that's a decision she made.
yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if she's not
I
fucking
don't feel
some
sorry
young
for
boy
her
on the
that
side.
way. I feel bad that she gets the blunt of all his bullshit.
Well, but again, though,
You can
she-
tell
She's
that
guilty
that
by
woman ain't
association.
happy.
But
She
listen,
signed up for that.
Carol.
She,
Yeah,
she
that's right.
didn't know he was going to run for president,
Well,
become
it-
president.
He's been
She-
talking about it for 20 years. If she
I don't know how he
Google his
got
name,
in
she
there.
could
I
see
really
it.
don't.
Well, nobody does.
But maybe next time the 46% of people of color that didn't vote will have their asses voting.
Well, that's a good point, Carol.
It don't matter if
Agree.
they hack the voting machines like
Oh,
they've already
exactly.
proven. The
Or how
Department of
about-
Justice has already
or how
said that
about
in
this?
10 states it's been tampered with.
Yeah.
How about
So he
the
didn't
7
win.
The 7 million that they purged from the voting rolls with cross.
I have friends that
That's
tell
right.
me they're not going to.
But
Then
let's
you're just
encourage
Oh,
asking
them.
for the same
they're
stuff.
foolish.
Yeah.
They're foolish.
Why vote if it can be hacked? Unless they go back
Yeah.
to paper ballots, I'm not voting either.
Well, don't do that.
I'm done. You
No,
motherfuckers
come
talked me
on,
into
come
that
on.
shit this last time and
Well,
got me engaged,
and
and,
I'ma
I
keep-
fucked around and drank
I'ma
that
keep-
Kool-Aid.
I'ma keep
Unless they
talking
go
to
back
you.
to paper ballots with fingerprints, I ain't fooling with it.
Well, that's still there's no guarantee that's
You
gonna
have-
Well,
be
then you can
legit.
do a recount then, because you can't hack a piece of paper.
Well, we know all the virtues of paper ballots. We know the pluses of paper ballots.
Right.
What you all are espousing is just total capitulation to the confusion that's been wrought. Just like Russia is still pushing the racial issue through this country, through Facebook and through Twitter. These accounts that you see with the fake news are Russian.
But do you think the voting machines, the computers
Yes.
were hacked?
I don't think the voting machines were hacked. I think the voting rolls were hacked. And the
No,
voting-
but now
Yeah,
the
but
Department of
didn't
Justice
he
came out
win
and
by
said
the
that in 10
electoral
states
votes?
the computers were tampered with.
Lee, didn't
They
he win
said
by
that.
the electoral votes?
But Apollo,
he didn't
what
get
I
the
am saying
popular
is,
vote.
right. He
what
did
I'm
not win the
saying
popular.
is,
Yeah,
they
so
went into the voting
did they hack
rolls,
the electoral
and they
people?
didn't have to do anything but change.
But
a
why
bit
would the
here, a
Department of
bit there.
Justice now say that in 10 states the computers were tampered with?
Whose Department of Justice are we talking about? Jeff
The United
Sessions?
States Department of Justice.
Jeff Sessions, United States Department of Justice. He won't even defend the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act. He won't even bring charges against the people who came up with the cross.
Well, he'll be the next one to go anyway.
So
He ain't going
he ain't
nowhere.
going nowhere. No.
He ain't
He'll
going
be. I
nowhere.
guarantee you, he'll be gone in less than 60 days.
What are you basing
I'll
that
bet you
on?
2 cheeseburgers. I'll have them hand delivered to your house.
Are they going to be fat
Yeah.
burgers?
Fat
Whatever he
burger?
wants. I'll have a
That's-
butt-naked, bow-legged Puerto Rican brick house bringing to him.
I'll take the latter. Damn the cheeseburgers.
You just described Carol.
The Department of Homeland Security said that in 21 states that the
Have you
election
seen pictures of
said
her?
that. Let's see.
She
The
does
Department of
look like
Homeland
a Puerto
Security
Rican.
said that
Right.
the Russian government hacked voter registration files and public election sites in 21 states.
Apollo, did you see
What?
where they told Wisconsin that they were one of the states on Friday, and then they came back Monday and told them, "Oh no, you weren't."
But if we had paper ballots that we could sit down and
I would-
recount by
nobody-
hand,
Nobody
you
okay.
can't hack
arguing that.
paper.
What? Hold up.
Nobody's arguing that. That's
All right.
not.
Yes. So I
Okay,
mean, what I'm
listen.
saying is, it is possible that the winner of this last election is writing books now, and the loser is acting as president.
Well, that is very true. But let me ask you this:
It probably
hold
is
up,
true.
guys. Hold up, and let me ask this question: when you go to vote, you put your ballot into the little computer thing, and it scans it in. At least all of the places that I've been in. Some other places may not have that
We
type
have
of
all
technology.
computers here.
Yeah.
Well, y'all take yeah.
Okay, so then when you finish, they give you a little stub that says you voted, right? And on that
Right,
stub, there's a
right.
number.
Right.
All right. What if 10 million people, 20 million, everybody go back to your place where you voted, not to the necessarily place, but ask for validation that your vote was actually counted.
And that's great, but it's not the actual ballot; it's the mainframes. When
but-
every polling station reports to the mainframe to the district,
Yeah.
that's where you hack it.
Okay.
So it
But then the output of that particular polling place goes to the mainframe where everything is tabulated and
Right.
reported to whoever needs to see it. So if through that process you want validation, they have to be able to go into that system and make sure that your number was actually counted.
But they can't
Bullshit.
because
No, they can't.
there's no
They have to.
backup to it. The machines have no backup.
They
And
have
that's
to.
what makes it so nefarious.
Then the
That's what
whole
makes it so
system
nefarious.
is not valid.
Exactly.
If they
Exactly.
can,
And
if
then
you
we-
go to them with your stub and they can't show you, print out that your vote was actually counted, then the system is wrong. It's rigged, or it can be rigged. Because if there's no validation, it's just like you go pay a damn bill. When you write your check or give them your debit or credit card, you get back a confirmation number, and it's deducted from your bank account. That is all you need to know, right? So the same thing with the voting process. There's got to be some kind of way of validating that your vote was actually counted. I had to do a provisional ballot, okay, because these jackasses keep saying that I want to vote by mail. I don't. I've told them in the last 2 elections, I'm not voting by mail. Okay, we'll change that in the system. I've gone online and changed it, and they still send me a freaking ballot to vote by mail. Now, if I don't bring that ballot with me to my polling place and render that ballot, you can't vote other than on a provisional ballot. Now, I'm in the state of California, a true blue state, and this bullshit is happening. Okay? I didn't ask for voting by mail. I don't want to do that because I don't trust the system. I at least want to go to the polling place, do my voting, and hand them over my little punch card or whatever it is, and they scanned it into the machine. At least I know it went that far. Now, what happened after that, I don't know. So I got a letter in the mail a few weeks after the election saying my provisional ballot was counted. But I'm still not sure because I have no real validation. I have to take their word. So until you as an individual are comfortable with, okay, my vote counted. If there's 15,000 people in your polling precinct that voted, they should be able to show each one of those 15,000 votes which way it went. At the end of the day, 15,000 in, 15,000 out. 7,200 went this way, 500 went this way, 4,000 went this way. At the end of the day, it's got to come to 15,000 votes. Where did they go? Who did they vote for? So in the final tally, there has to be a trail back to your ballot. That's what I'm saying. If their system doesn't do that, then no, I can't trust it.
Well, I don't trust it. I haven't trusted it,
Well, that's all we got. We got to go with what it is until we can.
That's like
change
I got
it.
a child molester babysitting my kids. That's all
Well,
we
that's
can
different.
afford. So we just got to let it happen.
That's different.
No, it's the
That's
same thing.
different. See, it goes back to, when you have a choice in life, and whatever choice you make, you have to live with it. So going back to Trump's wife, she made a choice to marry this man. We don't know whether she is happy or not happy. We can only assume.
You can tell she's not happy. She don't even live with the motherfucker. They in a damn different location.
But again, she made that choice. She has to
for
sleep in
money.
that bed.
A lot of pretty Russian women come here and sacrifice their core beliefs, values, and body for financial gain. She's not the first one that's done
women.
it.
You have
they-
American women that do the same thing.
Well, that's true.
I
And
know,
there's
but I'm
women that
saying
come
you have specifically there are agencies that fly wealthy men to Russia in a room full of attractive women so that they can pick out one that they marry and bring back.
Yeah.
And the women
Makes
do
them
it.
citizens.
It's been going on for years.
Yeah.
And you have to have wealth and money to do it. And you go over there and you get to interview and talk to all these pretty women who otherwise are not physically attracted to you, emotionally, physically, or anything else. But it's a way out of that country. And they do it all the time.
And they will even pay you to marry them so
Right.
they can become a citizen. Now, let me ask you this.
Well,
Am-
even
am-
the men do that.
Yeah, well, let me ask each one of you.
I'm not saying the men are any better than the women. The wealthy men are over there. It's
Well, a lot of
basically
people
emotional
do it to
rape.
be able to live in this country.
Well, let me go around the round table here with all of the cast of characters. And I'll start with Chris because he's been quiet. He's back there smoking his peace pipe. Chris?
Does Chris smoke?
How'd you know?
Peace pipe blunt.
Chris?
No, a nice stogie.
All right, Chris, the question
Yes.
is, if a woman was willing to pay you to marry her, a foreign woman, so that she can become a citizen of the United States, what's your price? Or is there a price? Would you do it?
I wouldn't do it because I have bad karma, and whatever happens to me comes back to me tenfold. I can't take that.
Okay. So under
can't
no conditions, no amount of money, if she says, "I'll
Hell
give
no.
you $500,000
I never
to
had
marry
it. I can't
me,
miss it.
and you don't have to sleep with me. We we may have to go out in public a few times, and $500,000, Chris Bass.
see,
I'll put the cash in your account.
See, knowing my look, she
I'll give you
drain my-
cash.
Don't put it in your account.
Come on, Carol. Don't mess
Hide
up
it
the
in
wet
your
dream.
house.
Damn. Okay, I'll give you $500,000 cash you can put under your bed. No one will know, ever. I just want
No.
my citizenship, and you can
And that
help
sounds
me.
great. And 500K is a great number. But like I said before, even small amounts in my life, it's come back to bite me the ass tenfold. I
Okay.
can't do it. Now, it sounds good, but hell no.
Okay. All right, forget you. We'll delete you from the list.
Go right ahead. Shit.
All right. Apollo. Would you do it, first of all?
Is it illegal?
Of course it is. But
I,
would you
I got
do
a
it?
friend of mine that's done it 3 times. He's dead now, but he's married 3 women and extorted money out of them once they got here because he had to go to New York or D.C. a couple times a year to show up and prove that they were still together.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, absolutely not. Because, first of all, it could put you in prison. Second of all, it's, I mean, now, would I marry somebody from another country if I fell in love with them? Or, I mean, I don't know. How would I fall in love with somebody who I haven't had enough time to be around anyway? You can't just go somewhere and fall
she
in
can
love.
come here on, a visa and y'all date. And
Yeah, maybe. I mean, would I marry
Do the-
somebody from,
do
you
the
know,
wild
I mean, I
thing?
don't know.
The mattress
You
mambo.
know, I've often even thought, just to spite Trump, one of these DACA women, I've thought about going out here and just finding one and say, hey, marry me just so I can get you here, just to do my contribution
Right.
to keeping them here, you know? Would I marry somebody who's here under DACA to prevent them from going back to Mexico if they've been here 20 years and they're in school and a paralegal or a school teacher and now they're going to be deported? You goddamn right I would.
So they wouldn't have to pay.
I would marry them to salvage their ability to stay here
Okay.
and not even expect them to have sex with me. I would do it as my contribution to what's right.
to help someone.
Absolutely.
Okay.
A complete stranger.
All right. Alpha.
You would ask me. You would.
As long as that bitch can grill some cheeseburgers, that's all he cares about.
Thank you. Let me.
Yeah,
This is one
bad.
thing you all are missing about this entire conversation. There's a difference between a whore and a gold digger. Okay.
But
A
wait a
whore
minute.
give you-
Wait a minute. No.
Oh.
We know that. But let's stick to the topic here. Would,
Okay, here's
if a
the
woman,
topic.
a foreign woman, wanted to pay you to marry her so that she can become a citizen of the United States, I mean that's the cutting through the chase. Would you do that?
And I'd hold it in my mouth till the swelling go down. Damn right.
And what's your price? What would that have to be?
What price did
The
you
minimum.
get, Chris? 500,000? I'll take it.
Okay, well
I'll take
I put that price up high because I saw Chris.
Is it
kinda-
illegal? Damn right it's illegal. Let's roll the dice. Let's push the envelope.
Okay, Carol. I left you last because I know it's going to be a wow response. There's a guy, a foreigner, approached you and said, Carol,
Oh,
would you
Jesus, I
please
see
marry
this
me so
coming.
I can be a United States citizen and I'm willing to pay you? First of all, would you entertain the idea? Would you do it? Would you be willing to do it, Carol? Come on, don't think too
As
long.
long as I don't have to sleep with them.
Okay. And what is your price?
Jesus, I told you I saw this coming.
Yep. You can't touch
Well, aren't
me.
you offering me $500,000?
Oh, well, no. I mean, what is your minimum? I threw out the half just to make it juicy, but what's a minimum?
$500,000.
Only a
$500,000.
$500,000. or
Half a
more.
million? Okay. All right.
I mean,
Well,
it's
there you go,
illegal,
folks.
but it happens every day of the week.
Of course it does.
The only thing is how is he taking these people now when they are in love with the person they've married, and he's taking these husbands and sending them, deporting them when the woman's an American citizen? At one time, you couldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
Well,
quite
that's
understand
why he wants
what
to
he's
change the
doing there.
laws because he's just a racist bigot jackass. And he's self-serving fool. He thinks he can do anything he wants to do for whatever reason. Doesn't have to have a reason for him to do it. He just wants to do it. It's a power fool.
And if your man is in the Department of Justice, you can do what you want.
Yeah,
Nothing will happen.
that's true.
And that's where we are here. When we talk about the Department of Justice of the United States has been co-opted.
Right.
It's no longer standing for law and order.
Yep. So we had one that would do it for humanity reasons. That was Apollo. Alpha will say, yeah, damn Skippy, I'll do it and probably do it for less than $500,000. And Chris said, no amount of money would he do it. And Carol, you said, yes, but he can't, you don't want to sleep
I
with
said
him.
as long as I don't
No
have to
sex.
sleep with him.
Right, no sex.
Yeah.
No sex at all.
Nope.
Okay.
And he's got to sign some kind of agreement because
Of course.
I wouldn't
yeah.
want him to think down the road if something happened to me, he can step in.
Yeah. We have a caller on the line. Hello, welcome to the Lee Michaels Show. I guess that was one of those bill collectors, one of those telemarketing. I love those guys. Have a little fun with them.
You know what I do? I pretend I'm a manicurist. I do the whole
Why?
act with them. And then they slam the phone in my ear.
Right? Well, I usually either just cut through the chase and say, no, I'm not interested. Please remove me from your list. And then I block them on my phone. Or I'll play with them and act as if I'm really interested in the bovine that they're trying to sell me. And then try to strike a deal. So, well, for $19.99, we can send you this nice kit. Blah, 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 blah. I said, oh, can I get it for $14.99? And they usually freeze up because that ain't in the scripts. They can't respond. Oh, no, I don't think I can discount it. Well, I'd buy it right now for $14.99, not $19.99. Or they give you, the one I really love is they call and say, we'll give you a free, what do they call them? The video system.
Or a free trip.
No, I don't even play with them anymore. But this is a new alarm system in your home for free. And all we need to do is put a sign in your yard. And I would say, son, it sounds like a really good deal. You mean I don't have to spend any money and I can get you a whole, security system for free? That's right. All we need is to be able to put a sign in your yard. Son, I live on the 32nd floor in a high rise. I don't have a yard. Where are you going to put the sign? And they go, oh. And they hang up. See, so when they call with that one, tell them you live on the 32nd floor in the high rise facing the ocean. So you don't have a yard. Well, you can come in and put it on my balcony, right there on the fence, on the wall. Will that qualify? No, I don't think so. Okay, I'm sorry, Sonny. I play the old man game on them. I'm going to start recording those things and bring them in and play them over the air. Some of them are pretty funny. Are you the business owner? They start, are you the business owner? Son, this is I live here. This is not a business. What are you selling? Oh, I'm sorry. And they hang up. You got to have the get out of here comeback for them.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll cut right through the chase. Or just hang up. But if you hang up, they're still going to call you back. So that's not a good solution. You want to get off the list. And then block them because, sometimes they don't pay
exactly.
attention. Yeah.
I got 72 numbers blocked. I get up to 100
On your cell phone?
on my landline in
okay.
my house.
Oh, okay. See, I don't
just
even
don't give
use
out my cell
landlines
phone.
anymore. I haven't
Just
had
don't give out my
landline in
cell.
years.
Well, I have to have a landline for my DirecTV if I want to order, on demand or pay-per-view, something like that.
Really?
All you have to do is click select on the remote control and it's bought.
Interesting.
So,
Yeah, those bill collectors too trying to sneak stuff. I at one point I got to the point where I would become an anti that I created. In fact, it's still going along with it. It's funny, like, Hello? Yes, I speak to Mr. Bass. Oh, he's not here right now. This is his auntie. Oh, okay. His voice don't work. Can I take a message? Yes. Adam, Vincent Cole.
Chris, your audio is getting real broken up here. I don't know what the hell this problem is. I put you on a new computer, and they all have been breaking up today, but yours is like really bad right now. And that's a good little joke you're doing, but we can't understand it.
I'll stop the joking. Forget it.
You're joking and then choking over here. Carol's been choking all day. You joking and she's choking. Joking and choking. Yeah, I'm gonna send that over to Chance the Rapper, and he'll come up with some bovine for that one. I'm just joking and choking. Yeah.
What is it about him you don't like?
I don't think he's that talented.
Well, half the artists out there aren't that talented.
But
You
there
think
you go.
Rihanna is? She didn't sing that last song
I
with
didn't
Eminem.
say she was.
That wasn't her. That's BB Rex that's singing that, and
Oh,
she
really?
wrote it. Yes, it is. So what makes him talented? I think
It's
kids
all right,
like
I
him.
guess.
He's
They're
probably one of
obviously-
the most famous rappers with young people.
Obviously, but I'm just giving my opinion. I don't think he's
No,
that
I
talented.
understand, but most old people like us don't like rappers.
No, I do like some rappers. I think there's some talented people out there, people that I appreciate, but I'm just not a fan. That's all.
Didn't he put money into the Chicago schools?
He probably did. He's that kind of guy. He comes from a wealthy family.
Who lives in Chicago, Chris?
Mhm.
Am I on?
And Alpha. Yeah, you're on.
Chris, didn't he put money into your schools recently when Trump was taking away stuff?
Am I still choppy? What's the deal?
Yeah, you're still choppy, but we can hear you. It's just broken.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he did. He made contributions to the Chicago school system.
That's Alpha doing something.
Yeah, I put Alpha on
I
mute.
think he rang the bell to get some food.
That was Uber man bringing him some Uber Eats.
Yeah, so he did donate money.
Well, that's good. He's got a good heart. I'm not taking anything away from that. I'm just, when I listen to his raps, it's just like, to me, the songs that I've listened to, and I can't tell you the name of them off the top of my head, I just wasn't impressed. It's like, really? People are excited about this? Okay. And I look at, the number of plays or views on YouTube, and it's thousands and thousands
Well,
of
they
plays.
have a new rap, though. What do they call that? They can't really sing or rap. They use like some kind of weird thing.
It's called No Talent.
No, it's not called No Talent. The kids go crazy over it. And it's not talent. You're right. It isn't No Talent. I don't know what it's called. There's a name for it. All the little kids
Yeah,
know.
you mentioned that to me before. Is it they're singing through like the voice quarter?
They're doing something
recorder?
that these kids like. You can't really even understand them, but the kids like it.
Yeah. Is that what's her name? Gomez? Is she using that technique?
No, Gomez just, they do that stuff where they make it sound like she can sing. This is
Yeah,
a
with a lot of
new
sampling.
thing they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's, I'm trying to think of a group that's doing it. I think these three brothers do it. The rappers are all getting mad because they're not rappers, but whatever they're doing, the kids like.
Mm-hmm.
They do it through some kind of recorder or something they're doing.
Yeah. Is it the sound that sounds like Roger Zapp?
I don't know. I haven't really heard it. I just heard that
That's
it's
what
very popular.
Chris, do you know anything about that?
No, I don't. No, I've heard of it, but I don't know what the technology or term that they're using it for. I have no idea.
I'm gonna reboot the connection here. See if I can clear you up. Maybe you should do the same on your end.
I will
do
it
a
right
double down. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm not sure what that. You had mentioned that to us before, and I think it's some kind of technical.
It's very
technique.
popular with
Yeah.
young people, but it won't last long.
Everything is trends and fads. They come and go. But I think it's that. I think it's called voice recorder or something. It sounds like they're singing through a tube, and they're probably doing that with a rap kind of feel to it. Okay, that's Alpha. Alpha's back. Alpha, can you hear me?
What happened to Apollo?
He dropped out. Probably got a phone call. He's confirming that appointment he has with the massage therapist. Okay, Chris, you're back.
Okay, how's now? How is it? How is it?
It
Still the same?
It's better. It's better. It's more better.
I wonder what's going on, man.
I don't know. But it's not just on you. It was on everybody. Others are not quite as bad. How far away are you from your router?
Not far at all.
Can you see it?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I don't think it's on your end. It may be on my end because everybody's having that issue. You hear me okay?
Yes.
Clear as a bell?
Yeah, man.
So maybe
But
it's
you're
on-
right. Earlier, when all of us was on, it got kind of choppy on everybody's end at one point.
Yeah, it was choppy to you as well?
Yes, it was.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe I have to trade it all in for a new model. A new model. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, man.
So
Okay, they're called Migos, these guys.
who's?
Migos. Whatever they
The three
do.
amigos?
They're brothers.
Migos.
I'm trying to see if I can find something listening to them.
Yeah, let's hear what they got going on there.
They're very
Be
popular.
careful.
That's
Facebook
what's-
jail. Be careful.
Yeah. They'll give us a shot across the bow before they take us off. So we'll push the envelope here a little bit. And Carol can play it from her.
No, I'm
cell
just
phone.
trying to see what.
Yeah, I want to hear it. I really do. I'm interested in
They're an
knowing-
American hip hop trio from Lawrenceville, Georgia, but they've been out since 2009.
Okay.
There's a name for the way they rap, and people are very angry. Rappers are.
Well, they always get uptight about stuff, you know. They criticize, rappers like MC Hammer and others that they say they weren't gangster, they weren't
I
hard
liked
enough.
MC Hammer.
Me too.
I'm trying to hear what they sound like.
Put it up to the mic so we can hear it.
1 minute, I might not have the right people. Yeah, see, they got something on it.
Put it up to the mic. It's a weak track.
Yeah. Hold up.
See, they have an echo thing or something. Listen.
Bad bitches fuck up then dismiss 'em. Bam. I ain't really here to take no pictures. Flash. Middle finger up for the system. Fuck 'em.
Too much cussing.
Body ain't touching.
Yeah, they got some effect on the voice.
I'm just telling you right now, whatever they're doing, all the younger people they go right with them when they're doing it. They're very popular. But then I heard when they were at the festival, people got a little angry with them.
You know, why? Because of the language?
No, they didn't perform at time. They came late. They started late. And, sometimes people think when they start to blow up, they can do whatever. But it doesn't
Yeah.
work like that.
I agree. I pay my hard-earned money to come see you perform. Be on time, damn it, and give me the best performance you can. That's what I come to hear and see.
There you go.
Things change. There's things we liked when we were younger. And when we talk about how the kids dance, I can remember dances I did that were pretty nasty.
Like what?
When you get all up on the guy's leg and you're grinding.
But then you have to touch.
Yeah.
Do you remember people used to grind? You get on that leg and just a lot of things. So
You used
it's
to-
really no different. It just goes in a circle.
You used to grind with guys?
Sure, it was a dance. I used to do the lambada, and that was pretty nasty. That's a Latin dance.
Yeah. I know what it is. Yeah. I used to do it also. Did you do the hustle? Did you hustle?
I don't think so.
Why not? That was popular during the 70s, the hustle.
I don't remember the hustle.
No?
Uh-uh.
Maybe that was bigger on the East Coast. You flimsy West Coast.
I used to be more really into Latin music, salsa and that.
Yeah. Well, that's the hustle was, danced to a lot of the Latin rhythms. You didn't spend much time in New York City, did you?
I used to work in New York City every month.
Yeah.
I flew down there. So I spent quite a
Just
bit of time.
a
My
client?
family's from New York.
You were doing a hair client there?
I did a lot of clients there.
Yeah.
They used to fly me in. So I spent at least a week every month.
Oh, that's cool. Did you like New York? Would you live there?
No, I like it, but I don't want to live there.
Yeah.
And it's not because of the rats, because I'm getting where, I mean, I don't want a rat living in my house, but when I walk, I see rats all the time now. I see them climbing in garbage cans. And
Everywhere.
when I walk this path, they'll run across. And at one time I would have screamed and ran, but I just go, what the heck?
Yeah.
And I just
Well,
keep
they're
going.
not bothering
But
you.
I don't want them in my house.
Of course not. You used to date one.
I never dated a rat. I dated nice people.
That's what they're ex-rats now.
No, I never felt that way about
Oh, come on.
somebody I dated.
Oh, here we go.
Well, I'm being honest. I don't know how you are. That's your life. But
Oh, yeah. I've
know my
dated
life.
some rats. Absolutely. Some hood rats.
I've stayed friends with people I've been with. I don't have no reason to dislike them because we didn't get along. It doesn't mean I have to hate or
I
dislike
didn't say I
them.
disliked them. I was just, describing them.
Well, I mean, you were describing what you go through.
Yeah, well, that's all I can speak from.
I must take
Absolutely.
leave from you all. The program has deteriorated into this.
Why are you? What?
Don't
You never
punk out
dated?
now.
You never dated?
What?
He must have. How many kids you got?
Hey, watch it.
That's right.
You
had
did
kids,
something.
He had kids real young. I remember. now.
Real young.
Real young.
I remember.
I still only claim 3.
I don't think Chris is like that, though. I hope not. He doesn't strike me to be.
Why do you think that?
Strike you
Just
to be
kind
what?
of talking to him and listening to him.
That's all fake.
Strike you to be what, Carol?
Two
What you
little
trying to
hoes like you and Lee.
Oh, Jesus. I'm
damn.
a hoe. Jesus, Carol, I got one wife, one baby mama. One.
How many kids you have?
3.
And you had the
12.
first one real young, huh?
12 grandchildren and 15 great-grandchildren.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you got a nice little kingdom there, bro.
First one was
Nice.
born in 67. I was a freshman in high school.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, from a selfish standpoint, I would love to have a grandson. I got 4 granddaughters.
Oh, you don't have no grandsons?
No, all girls. Who's calling?
Hey, it's Laura Rice.
Laura Rice is calling the Lee Michaels show. Would you
It's for
lo-
you, Chris.
would you lose your job or what? What is up?
No, I'm at work.
She might be on lunch
I don't know my
break.
cell phone.
Okay. well, welcome. I feel honored that you have the ability or the desire to call in on the show. Thank you.
Oh, good. Can harass you on air instead of off air, right?
Yeah. Oh God, y'all have no idea the abuse that I take from this crazy woman. She's crazy.
Who,
No, I'm
Laura?
not. No, I'm not.
Yep. Y'all just keep tuned to CNN. She will be making an appearance sooner or later. Yeah.
I'm sure. But you know what? I wanted to swing back to, or circle back to Chance the Rapper. That wasn't his money that he donated to the Chicago Public Schools. Actually, he got that money from Live Nation, part of it at least, and that money came from, Live Nation got it from the City of Chicago's TIF funds.
Oh,
Ah.
Yeah, so.
but I still like them.
What do you
Okay.
think of him? Do you like his rap?
I don't think of him.
No.
Nah.
Who's your
Yeah, I'm
favorite
trying to-
rapper?
Oh, man, I'm old school. So it's got to be like KRS-One, Eric B. and Rakim, those guys.
Yeah, real rappers.
Real, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all had some talent. See, I appreciate
they do.
real talent. You know, gimmick singing, gimmick rapping, gimmick anything. Hype. Yeah, I'm not impressed because anybody
Yeah.
can do that. You know, I mean, really,
Absolutely.
I could probably do
Absolutely.
it, and I got the talent of a flea. So
Hmm.
I'm just being honest. I'm keeping it real.
Wow, I can't
I
believe
don't know about
Little
that, Lee.
Richard
You're
took his hair
multi-talented.
off.
Little Richard took his hair off.
change the subject. I'm sorry.
You got a hair up your nose or something?
Yeah, he took his hair off.
Let's see. He's bald.
Well, he wears hair pieces. He has for years. My friend did his hair.
Yeah. I always thought it was a wig.
No, it's a hair
It's just a
piece.
piece.
It's a toupee.
Let me see that.
So how have you been, Laura?
I'm good. How are you, Carol?
I'm good. I just have asthma really bad right now.
Oh no. Is it very dry there?
We've had
Yeah.
really bad fires because Lee and I actually seen it start when we were coming back from somewhere, and it just
wow.
got really bad.
Mm,
And so that's in the air, and then there's a lot of pollen. So I
that's
get
not
sick
good.
if I'm around any of that, and you can't help it sometimes because it comes into your house.
That's not good.
But I'm going to go to the doctor today and have him put me on a steroid to get it out of me.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, be careful of those steroids.
That's
No,
right.
I don't take them often. I don't even use my inhaler that often.
And they'll make you horny, too. You know that, right?
You know, I think you're disillusioned there because men, bodybuilders that take steroids,
Well, there's
Don't
some
get horny.
bodybuilders. Sure they do.
no, I used to have a bunch of female
Why do-
clients
why do you-
that did steroids, and it did take their sex drive away.
Yeah.
But they were
Let's ask
shooting
Chris
them.
about that. He knows about bodybuilding and steroids.
Who?
Chris?
Yeah, Chris.
What
Chris
the hell
used
do you
to
know
be a
about
roidhead.
bodybuilding?
Now you see,
Come on,
now,
Chris.
see, this. I'm glad she's. Look, here's the thing.
What
I-
the
I didn't
hell
say
do
not
you
one
know
word.
about bodybuilding?
No, hold on. Let's back up a
Well,
second.
he used to do
I'm sitting here
martial
minding
arts.
my own business. I didn't say not one word.
Yeah.
Not
Here you
one
go.
word
Here you go.
when she gets on the phone. And this is the thanks I get. You know, it's always. See, here's the thing about Laura. I'm
Wait a
gonna
minute. He's
bust
breaking
her
up
out.
again, Chris. You're breaking up. You're breaking up. Hang up on him.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hang
break
on
you
him.
up. Anyway, the
You wish.
this is what happens with Laura. I met her family when she had a little, apartment house going thing, and she's the product of her environment.
Warming.
Yeah, that's whatever it was. Well, okay, shut up. My point was when I met her
What?
family and I met her brother, I'm like, okay, they all talk shit. So it's not just her; it's her environment. So
the whole
I have
family.
to exactly. So now I get it.
My
It's
younger
still
brother.
crap, but I was like, okay, that's the environment you come from. You can't help the way you are.
So it's
You
a bunch
can't
of
blame
shit
us.
talking rice heads.
Exactly right.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Chris,
Yeah.
really?
No,
You're just a
really.
hater.
No,
You're
I don't
just a
hate.
hater.
No, I don't
You're a
hate.
hater.
I observe, and I get where you come from now. So now I get it.
I now
yet
pronounce
you
you
cuss
man
at
and
me.
wife.
No, we do
No,
not.
Yeah, y'all sound
No,
like
pronounce
a couple.
herself. No, pronounce herself.
do a
Not
double ring
pronounce
marriage there,
yourself
you and
dirty
Carol,
and rice.
me and Chris.
I
So
now
that's-
pronounce
if
you
and
man
Carol
and
get
wife. You can now kiss the bride.
Okay.
Well,
Go
marry
ahead,
me to
Lee.
Lee
Kiss
now,
Carol.
please.
Well,
Carol.
you can hook me up with Chris. I got to hook you up with.
I'm
With
not
Carol.
trying to
No,
hook you
no,
up
no,
with
no.
Chris.
Now, wait a minute. Hold. What are you eating over there?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm eating a salad.
What's in it? This-
I don't even want to tell you.
yeah,
I don't want to waste
It
it.
smells
so.
kind of like. It's kind of foul.
Kind of funky.
Like this?
funky.
It's all vegetables,
Like
you
Chris?
guys. And it's
Oh,
got
no.
cranberries in it.
You got something. Is there
and
some fish
and
in it?
egg whites, no fish.
Smells fishy to
whites?
me.
Why would I put fish in a salad?
There's fish salads. Of course.
That sounds terrible.
Tuna? You never had a tuna salad?
I like tuna salad, but it's
Okay.
not tuna. And tuna has a lot of cholesterol, I believe. I know shrimp does.
Yeah. Most seafood have little, especially the shellfish. But I
So, Chris and
I
Laura,
eat it.
you've known each other for years, huh?
Absolutely.
I seen your housewarming. That was last year, this year, basically, huh? When you
No,
moved?
I don't think so. I didn't put any pictures up online.
Well, I thought you put something on. You were having a housewarming. I didn't know Chris was at it.
now that wasn't a housewarming. That
yeah.
was a pole dancing. She does
No,
pole
it
That
dancing.
was not
wasn't.
pole
She
dancing.
was. You had moved,
She-
right?
no, she does pole dancing. And what's that other dance? That little nasty dance you do?
Twerking.
It's called Kizomba,
Yeah, that too.
He's on bar.
but it's
What
nothing
is
like
that?
pole dancing. It's a social dance. It's a South African social dance, and what the Europeans have done, they've really sexualized it because it's actually a dance of celebration that people do with their families, their friends.
How do you spell that?
Perverts.
How do you spell that?
Kizomba.
Oh, it came right up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
but be careful because if it looks really sexy, it's not the traditional dance.
Oh, boy, that's
My
right.
son used to do when he was with Debbie Allen. He did African dance, all those dances.
Well, the
I
night-
used to love
The
watching
night I
that.
saw you doing that was pretty sexual. I was embarrassed.
Where was she doing
What
it at?
night did you see me do anything?
When I was in Chicago and you introduced me to your trainer, you were out there bumping and grinding.
Lee, the last time you were in Chicago was 20 years ago, before I
Well,
started
I
doing
can
the
still
dance.
remember it. It don't matter how long ago it was, and it might
Well,
be
I didn't
another
live in
20
Chicago
years.
20 years ago.
Okay, it might be
I was in
another
New
20
York.
years before I come back to that cold mofo.
You got that right. And you said she was
Hey,
bumping
it's
and
83
grinding?
degrees today,
Oh
though.
man, she was all over this guy. I was damn man, she's gonna break his back.
All right. Well, that happens.
We all broke down. She worked up a little sweat and everything.
Oh,
I said,
man.
Wow.
Says time to go now.
You got a fertile
It's time to
imagination.
go now.
You know that?
Yeah, it is time to go now.
I don't even want to be a witness to this mess. Oh my goodness, it was wild.
And you live to tell the tale.
But yeah, she was having fun though. It looked like it was
Well, it's obvious
fun.
you liked it because you sure haven't forgot about it.
Well, it was unforgettable. That's what it was.
Nice.
I think you're in the
Must be
closet
about
for
that
big
time.
girls.
Huh? I'm in the closet for big girls. I like big girls. I
Yeah,
ain't got no
you're
problem with
under-
a big woman.
Undercover big girl love. I think that's what you are.
I was not a fan of the Joe Tech song, I Ain't Gonna Bump No More with the Big Fat Woman.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'll bump her.
Get that red
remember
ball
that when
gag
we
and
come
that duct tape.
That's right. It's on. It's big fun up in there.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Well,
she
it's-
came on, so they left me alone.
Anytime, Carol.
Thank you.
The big girls need loving too. So we got to spread it
Yes,
around.
they do. You got to spread it out and, get all every inch.
Really, Chris? Really?
Oh, it's a
Well, I
lot.
got
It's like
so many
kneading
lines
dough.
on this one, I'm going to leave it alone.
No, it's like kneading dough. You don't want to get a hand cramp.
All right, folks.
Ain't
You
nothing wrong
get
with
a
that.
hand cramp doing something else. Chris.
Would you guys like to continue this conversation off air? I can, hook
Sure.
it up so you guys can
No,
keep talking.
no.
The after show.
Yeah, right. Behind the scenes. Backstage with Alpha, Carol, Laura Rice, and others. If you'd like to join in, just hang right there. Don't move.
Yeah, thank you. I'm others.
And others, yeah. And Chris
And
Bass.
others.
Chris Bass will be host of this madness. I'm
Oh,
out.
hell.
See y'all tomorrow, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. If it's not me, it's him. So have a good day. Be safe and be kind and be generous. Give to the United Negro College Fund or something. Know where your money is going for sure. All right, folks, I'm out. I'm tired of this foolishness. I'm turning off my mic right now.